There's a story I heard a lot when I was a kid growing up, and it really stuck with me. You see, there was this guy named Joha, and he was taking his donkey to the market with his son. Joha was a total old, so he rode the donkey while his son walked next to him. When people saw this, they started going nuts. They were saying stuff like, "What's up with this guy? He's just gonna let his son walk while he rides? What a douchebag." So Joha was all like, "Fine, you ride, I'll walk." He got a little further along, and people were losing their minds. They're all like, "That strong young man is just gonna ride like that while his poor old father is forced to walk? What a couple of douchebags." So Joha said, "All right, we'll both ride the donkey then." And they get down the road, and people start chirping. "Those two maniac hate animals. Look at them crushing that donkey. Total douchebags, am I right?" So Joha's all like, "What do I gotta do here for these people?" And they both get off and walk alongside the donkey. They finally get to the market, and everyone starts saying, "Check out these goofs here who brought a donkey and are too dumb to even ride it. Douchebags." Yeah, I heard that one a lot. The moral of the story is that when you bring a donkey with you, you look like an ass. I think that's it. Yeah, that's definitely it. Anyways, my name is DJ Max Stylus, Clan Bruja, and tonight, I'm gonna make a few bad decisions. It's been a few days since I was summoned by Prince McMasters and forced into this new coterie. He called us Outriders, and unfortunately, he left the room before I could ask what the heck that even means. I did get this sweet new flip phone, though. That's pretty cool. Imagine my surprise when one of my new Outrider friends hit me up and asked if I'd meet him at the hospital tonight. I got nothing else going on, so here I am. I enter into the front reception area of the hospital and quickly find who I'm looking for, sitting on a waiting room chair and staring intently at the Free Press crossword puzzle. Hey, if you're looking for a 13-letter word for "here I am," then you found it.
I have no idea how that makes sense to you, but I'm glad you're here. The prince doesn't want any of us handling our business alone anymore.
And I was the first name on your list?
You were the only one who answered.
I'll take it. So, what possible business could you have here?
I'm tracking down a killer.
Creepy?
I found this AA medallion at the crime scene, and it's my only real lead. Spent the last couple of days asking around, and it turns out that this medallion is the same kind given at meetings held in hospitals. Wouldn't you know it? Harper Hospital here is less than a mile from where I found it.
Oh, dang! That's something.
You aren't following any of this, are you?
No, but I'm ready to ask questions if you need me to. Alexander just stares at me and starts walking down the hall. That's not a no! We cross through the lobby and over to a conference room. A note taped to the door lets me know that an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting is going on. Looking at the schedule, seems like the sessions here only happen at night. Thankfully, this one is just wrapping up. Good. Those things are so boring. I hear.
Dear Lord, please forgive us our sins and give us the strength to battle our demons every minute going forward. Amen. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming out tonight. We've got donuts and coffee if you want to grab something on the way out. Again, my name's Clarence, and I'm sticking around if you need to talk.
Alexander quickly gets in front of Clarence. I guess he needs to talk.
Good evening. You got a moment for me?
Are you having troubles with sobriety?
Not like that. I'm investigating something, and I wanted to ask if this medallion looks familiar to you?
So, where'd you get that?
It was found at a crime scene.
Awfully interesting use of the passive voice there. Well, if you have some evidence on you, I'm sure you'd love to share it with Officer O'Neill here. Hey, officer, come here for a moment, please.
The AA guy motions to a uniformed police officer to come over. I can tell pretty quickly that this is not what Alexander wanted.
No reason for that. Can you just tell me about the person who owned it?
Just compare notes with O'Neill. He's the one looking into the case. O'Neill, I want you to meet this guy.
I'm good. Thanks.
Alexander grabs my arm and heads for the door.
Hey, where are you going?
We rush outside, and he shoves me into a smoker's alcove. I watch as Officer O'Neill ducks his head outside looking for us, only to remember that he doesn't actually care and turns back inside for the donuts.
Hey, fellow monsters. Where'd you get that chip?
Well, Buster Kinder. I didn't know Toreadors hung out around these parts.
What can I say? I got a problem with the sauce. Alcoholic in life, raking on life. Problems don't go away just 'cause you die.
Fair enough. So what do you know about this chip?
I check out the guy talking to Alexander. His hair is shaved on the sides, and he wears something loose-fitting but clearly expensive. I can't shake the feeling that I've seen this guy before. Then it hits me. Hold on! You didn't tell me you know Dr. Snazzle from the Saturday Morning Sugar Kids Hour.
I'm flattered. You must be kind of new amongst us if you're a sugar kid.
Yo, Dr. Snazzle taught me the periodic table when I was like 10 years old. I hated learning, but you made it fun.
Always great to meet a fan. Let me ask you, did you ever stop learning?
Oh, hell no, because learning doesn't stop when class lets out. You're a legend. Yo, Alexander, we can trust this guy.
Max, I've known Buster here for 65 years. I'm glad you remember him from a TV show when you were a kid.
Oh, right. I did always wonder how come he always looked so young. I assumed you just took your vitamins.
Max, if I may. Buster, you obviously know something. Let's just spill it already.
I know that chip. It belonged to old lady Daniels.
What makes you so sure?
Everyone here loves her. She's just so full of life and spirit. And you gotta respect a septuagenarian who believes there's still time to fight and improve herself. Normally, we have generic chips to hand out, but we all knew she was about to hit her 5-year goal. So we chipped in and got her a special chip with an Old English D on it.
And that D could stand for anything. Like maybe Dracula. Nailed it. I could be a detective.
The D is for both Daniels and Detroit. She's a huge Tigers fan, so we thought it would help give her a little extra strength. Damn it. She had so much more life to live.
I'm so sorry. She sounds like a real positive force in a world that needs more of that.
For sure. She was a gift. I can't imagine anyone wishing her harm.
I gotta ask, was she one of us?
What? No. She was just an old soul in an old body who longed to do more with what she had. Beyond that, I don't know, man.
I hear that. Thank you for the info. My partner and I need to move on.
I understand totally, man. Get yours.
Did you get what you needed? I feel like I could have asked like 100 more questions.
I feel like you asked an appropriate number of questions.
Yeah, I pretty much nailed it in one.
Sure. Okay, you are here to help me tonight. How can I help you?
You want to help me?
I just assume that this is how the Prince's coterie mandate works. You come with me on a thing, I go with you on a thing.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I got my clan check-in. It's been a few days since my last one, so I think I ought to get over there.
Then let's get going. I'll follow you there.
We pull up to the bikini bar, and I gotta admit, I'm nervous. Last time I saw Roxy, she used me, exploited me, and stole my bike. She gave it back, but still, it was clear that she was in charge, and everything was on her terms. Alexander insisted that he could not come in with me due to turbulent relations with the Bruja Elder, and that's good enough, I guess. I push through the degenerates and lowlifes and see my way to the machine shop behind. I don't know how, but Roxy seems like she was ready for my visit. Going a few days now.
Max! So you do remember what your clan looks like. I was starting to think that since you were so cozy with the prince that you were a newly minted Ventru.
She's pissed, clearly, but I have no idea why. Kenny stands next to her looking all kinds of messed up. Guess his safari didn't quite go as planned. Hey, Roxy! It's been a few days, but here I am. What's going on?
You're serious right now. You join a coterie with a kindred who just disrespected your entire clan, and you show up asking, what's going on?
Roxy, if something happened, I do not know about it.
Okay. I'm gonna lay it out for you like you're as dumb as you're presenting. Your new coterie friend Alexander caused harm to Kenny and a couple of our ghouls.
He cut my fucking ear off!
Now you can see how this places Clan Bruja in a quandary. We can't just sit here and accept that an unpopular outsider caused harm to members of our blood. Who cares where and how this assault happened? It only matters that it did. So we need to get some payback on your gangrel friend to avenge Kenny.
I'm sorry, it's like I'm hearing everything underwater. Can you say that one more time?
Oh my God, Kenny, I wish that he had cut off your tongue instead of your ear.
What?
I said, you know what? Never mind.
So what are you gonna do?
I don't know yet. But rest assured, it's gonna be violent. What's difficult is that I now owe the gangrel a minor boon for returning Kenny in mostly one piece.
Why does that matter?
Because, whelp, it's a bad idea for a kindred's reputation to directly attack someone they owe a boon to until it's cleared. Since you're all in tight with him now, just make sure you keep him nearby and we'll figure out when and what to do.
Well, shit. I guess one option would be just to tell them that Alexander is in a car outside and be done with it. But I actually think, he wants to help people and be good? I don't know, that idea seems kinda dumb, and Kenny is an asshole who probably had it coming. I process all this and wait to see what else Roxy has to say.
You've got a meeting with the local anarchs on the river tonight.
Anarchs? Why would the anarchs want to meet me?
Probably because they think you're one of them.
What? Wait, what? Why would the anarchs think I was one of them?
Because I told them you were. Through intermediaries, of course, since I can't be seen to be directly involved with them. And if you think about it, stealing a magical dagger from a primogen and delivering it to the hands of the hunters is all the proof they need.
But that was all because of you!
Nobody cares about specifics. It's all about the story. As far as everyone is concerned, you stole the Sengir dagger, sold it to the militia hunters, and now you plan to turn those hunters on an unknown elder in the city.
None of that is true!
The truth is what your betters declare it to be. So, are you ready to go meet your new friends, or do we need a blood hunt?
All right, I'll play your stupid game. Where am I meeting my new friends?
The meetup is happening in Hart Plaza. Plenty of open space, plenty of visibility.
You want to make sure everyone in town sees me with these assholes.
Well, now, looky here. Kenny, I don't think he's as dumb as he looks after all.
What?
Get going, Max. You've got a busy night ahead of you.
Welcome back to WCRG, and thank you, honestly. Thank you for spending part of your Sunday night right here with us. This is Dark Skies, and I'm Jim Fisher, your humble host. We're parsing through stories of the unnatural and unexplained right here, close to home. Joining us on the line is a caller with a tale of her own. Caller, you're on the air. Tell everyone what happened.
Hi, Jim. First time, long time here. Love the show, and I can't believe I'm calling you.
Well, thank you so much for listening. It means so much to hear that we're reaching folks across the community.
Before I share, I gotta ask, Jim, are you familiar with the Northville tunnels?
I'm a bit familiar. You're talking about the abandoned buildings and underground bomb shelter where the Northville Psychiatric Hospital is, right?
Yeah, that's the place. So, me and a bunch of friends were hanging out there last week. I heard there were some satanic cults that do ceremonies there in my AP English class, so we totally needed to check it out.
Did you find any Satanists when you were there?
Nah, we just found a bunch of other kids who were also trying to find Satanists.
That is often how it goes.
But, then the weird part happened. We were in this rundown rec center when I could swear someone was watching us. I felt it a few times, and that's when I suddenly thought to look up. That's when I saw, for a split second, a figure on a catwalk looking down on us.
Talk to me about the figure. If you only saw it for a second, it could have been just a shadow or a trick of the light. Astigmatism, maybe.
I don't think it was any of that. Because when I looked up and caught the figure in that moment, I swear it flinched before fading into the darkness.
Interesting. But obviously you must have had more happen than that to be the first-time caller, right?
Yeah, At one point, I got separated from the rest of my friends and got lost for a little bit there. I was in a dormitory, and something I never saw shoved me into a room and closed the door behind me.
Maybe one of your friends decided to have a laugh.
I thought so, at first. But then, everything zoned out, and there I was, in a car with my mom driving. I was 8 years old.
So you flash back to a family memory.
Not like you think. It was the day we got into an accident, and my mom, she didn't make it.
Oh no, I'm sorry about your loss.
I thought I'd processed it since it happened a while ago. But there I was, a little kid again, and it was just like I remembered it. Rapture by Blondie had just started playing on the radio. My mom was furious at me for stealing some gum from the grocery store. She was taking me back there to make me apologize to everyone for taking it. She just started telling me that the police might come to arrest me when she blew a red light and got T-boned by a moving truck. I looked straight into her eyes as both of our heads slammed into the dashboard simultaneously.
That is horrible. Just horrible. I'll ask, so, is it possible you felt a loss of control in that moment, and that might have caused this terrible memory to flash back?
I want to say yes to that. I really do. But it doesn't explain why I then repeated the memory over 50 times more. Sometimes in slow motion, for the next 3 hours.
It does not explain it at all, sadly. I wish I had the psychological training necessary to break this down. Caller, I believe you, and I thank you for having the courage to share this with our listeners today. Reliving the worst moment of our lives is more than we should ever be expected to handle, much less having to do it over and over again. Caller, I am sincerely sorry that happened to you. I'm making a note about that area, and I suggest everyone stay away from that until old Jim gives you the all clear. Whew, that one was intense. I need a little time to process it all. So selfishly, I'm going to take a quick break to call my loved ones. We'll be right back. You're listening to Dark Skies.
I pull into Hart Plaza on my motorcycle and find a place to idle. Alexander is already somehow waiting for me on the outskirts in his van. I look around but don't see anyone from the clan watching me, so I ride over to him.
Life can be funny. Here we are, a few steps from where Cadillac first landed on the shores of what he would found as the city of Detroit, and near 300 years later on the same spot, you're about to meet some anarchs named Blade or Spike or Trash Can or something else pretend badass.
You got a point in any of that?
I'm just saying. Life is funny.
Awesome. Noted. Don't care.
You seem twitchy. You okay?
No, this is far from okay. These anarchs think I'm going to tell them all about the grand heist I pulled to get the magic dagger into the hands of the hunters. And then I assume they're gonna want to hear about the big plan I have to take out an elder.
Okay, I get it. So what are you gonna tell them?
I have no idea. It's all bullshit. I have no plan. I don't even know any elders. Wait, do I? Who's an elder?
In my experience, if you just blame the prince for everything, you'll fit in just fine with the anarchs.
No way it's that easy. They'd see through that insincere crap in a second.
When you get stuck, just remember that.
Get stuck? You know what? These are Bruja. My people. I totally know how to talk to them. Just stay over here and keep an eye out.
Okay. Good luck.
I fire up my Yamaha to drown out his condescending attitude and toss him a look over my shoulder as I idle away that lets him know I got this. There's a couple of figures I recognize standing around near a bench overlooking the water, so I pull on up. It's two local Bruja anarchs that, as it turns out, I've met before. Hey, Bianca, Ripper. Hope everything's good.
Good? Nothing will be good as long as fascist overlords control us.
Oh, okay.
We heard about what you did at the club. Hell yeah, dude. Go get 'em.
I definitely did some things. What part was your favorite?
Oh, come on now. Don't be afraid of your shine. You took the power away from the ruling class and put it in the hands of the people.
There are way too many Bruja who just sit around and talk about doing something and just sit on their asses for centuries.
Not to name names, but we know who they are.
But you, man, you ripped off a mystical weapon from a primogen. A primogen? Yo! Then you not only hand-delivered it to goddamn hunters, but also fought off said primogen, a pretend-ass Bruja primogen no less, when she tried to stop the handoff? Are you kidding me, bro? That's hero shit.
Literal hero shit.
I mean, I guess that's one way of looking at it.
And that's when we knew we had to reach out to you. We got friends, you know. Friends that can help you.
Come on now. Who do you know that would actually be of help to me?
Let me ask you, are you tired of being the opening act in tiny clubs where your show is over right as people are actually arriving?
Or just doing a show that clears out just because someone got a little shot up?
I'm listening.
We know a guy that can get you set up in a real venue. A big one. One that would put your music on the map.
And not just with mortals, to be the most clear. You know there's a rave coming up soon with a Bruja clan rant expected afterwards.
I only know what half of those words mean.
Oh, you all knew. Look, we got a big opportunity on offer if you want to just come with us and meet our friend. No big deal. Say no if you want to. But understand that this offer expires if we all walk away right now.
Wait, your friend isn't here?
Of course not. Tell you what, offer expires now. Follow us if you want in.
And just like that, both anarchs jump on their motorcycles and start to speed away. And without helmets, so you know they're tough. I don't have much time to make a decision. I jump on my Yamaha without looking back, tagging behind my new friends as they cruise away from the city and into the darkness. I try to keep sight with the Bruja in front of me, turning corner after corner. Anarchs are used to being tailed, I guess, and after not very long, I can't see Alexander's van behind me anymore. I guess I'm doing this meetup alone, which is what I wanted. I think. We arrive at a graveyard at a part of the outskirts of town that I don't know at all. I see Bianca and Ripper pull their bikes over near the entrance and dismount, so I pull up alongside them. Hey, that was some ride. Where are we exactly?
Elmwood Cemetery. Bunch of Native Americans ambushed the British here.
Should I be worried?
Well, they aren't here right now, weirdo. It was like 200 years ago.
No, I remember it like it was yesterday.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about that. Our friend is just over there.
I see a lone figure standing near an oversized headstone about half a football field's length away. Even from here, I can see that he's manic, pacing around and gesturing to nobody in particular. It's like he's doing a one-man show for the tombstones, and he's bombing.
You ready? Let's go.
Nothing about this feels good. But at this point, what choice is left? I walk with my entourage over to the guy. He sees our group coming and starts walking towards us.
This is the fucking guy. This guy, this fucking tosser right here, he's Max. Christ.
Hey, I hear you might have a gig for me?
Look, mate, I got all the gigs in the world for you. I got the golden goddamn key to Radio City Music Hall with the Rockettes and Elton fucking John. Why not? Oh, I was told that you were the one who took me dagger and gave it some hunters. Is that true?
Yeah, that's kind of, sort of what happened, I guess.
Okay. Who are these hunters? Ideally, I'd prefer full government names and addresses.
I'm starting to think you don't actually have a gig for me. I look back at Bianca and Ripper, but they have their heads down and seem to be standing further away than they were a minute ago. I turn back to the guy. He's now standing about a foot away from me and poking his finger into my chest.
I want to know who you gave the dagger to, and I want to know right fucking now!
It's at this moment that I realize that the guy big-timing right now isn't even a vampire. He's just a ghoul. I narrow my eyes and stare deeply into his eyes. He takes 2 steps backwards immediately.
If that's okay with you, I mean...
Just then, a new voice pierces the darkness. It seems like the power behind the throne has seen enough and is ready to get something done.
Oh, come now, Wyatt. Surely that's no way to treat a friend.
I like friends. Friends know each other's names.
Of course, of course. My name is Paris.
And your clan Bruja.
In a manner of speaking, I'm a Bruja anti-tribu. See it as the natural destination for a Bruja that follows through with ultimate rebellion.
Okay.
I do apologize for Wyatt here. You see, that dagger belonged to him, and he's very anxious to see it returned. And, you see, I'm also very anxious to see it returned as well.
I go through my options. These are obviously not good people. Good people don't have their hair pulled back in a ponytail. Did he say Bruja anti-tribu? I'll have to ask Roxy about that later. So it all comes down to whether I sell out the hunters or if I think the dagger is somehow safer with them. I realize in this moment that everyone is staring at me, and I have no idea what to do.
Max, I'd really like an answer. Please.
Ah, screw it. Those guys shanked me. Some hunters took the dagger. Militia types. They got a compound north of the city.
I don't suppose you have a name you can attach to this group.
That name will be forever etched into my mind. As I go to sleep each dawn, I will forever hear him in the darkness lean down and whisper, Ziggy Ritter. That's your guy.
Thank you. Thank you. This has all been a great help. I appreciate how forthcoming you were with all this. It couldn't have been easy.
Hey, man. No problem.
Wyatt, I think we got what we needed here. Are you satisfied?
Oh, yeah, I'm full to the brim with gratitude. Oozing, even.
Okay, great.
There is one more tiny little thing before we conclude, though. See, I don't like much having my possessions nicked from me.
Who does? I mean, stealing is one of God's 10 big no-nos.
And, you see, this guy right here, he basically owned up to the stealing, didn't he?
Yes, I believe he did. You admitted to stealing the dagger, didn't you?
I don't like where this is headed. Hey, I mean, we all agree that I took it from the Primogen, though. Don't we all agree to that chain of events?
Well, that's fine. Still means you stole my friend's merchandise, though. doesn't it?
I really hate thieves.
You know what, Wyatt? I do too. And since stealing is such a biblical crime, I think it best if the consequence of that action should be from the good book. Does that feel just?
It feels very just, doesn't it?
I look around. The Anarchs aren't going to be any help here, that's pretty obvious. I scan the horizon for Alexander's van, but no sign of him at all. Damn it! Why do I have to be so good at racing? I turn back to Paris and frantically consider my next move.
The Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 30. If thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee.
Hey, wait! The two Anarchs grab me by each shoulder with a force I'm not equipped to handle and pull me over to a nearby tree stump. I watch in horror as Paris pulls out a sword from his overcoat that I had not noticed up until now. The sword has an ivory handle with a devil-angel motif. Of course, I'm about to get maimed by something awesome. The Anarchs stretch my arm out over the stump as I plead for them to let me go. Come on, guys! You don't have to do this!
Sorry, Max. We're in too far at this point to say no.
I close my eyes and try to think of literally anything else. Nope. Pretty much all I can think of is the guy with the ponytail and the awesome sword who's about to cut my hand off. It's then that I hear it. Not gonna lie, I was kind of expecting it saved by someone there. Instead, I feel a pinch on my wrist and the Anarchs let me go. I open my eyes and see my right hand on the stump in front of me. I let out a scream and grab my right wrist, pulling it back towards me in horror.
Okay, Paris, you got what you wanted. We done here?
You'll get your favors for a job well done, Ripper. You too, Bianca. But we are not done here.
Come on, man, you got your justice. Let's all get out of here.
Wyatt, get my welding torch. We wouldn't want that hand to grow back and have Max here. Unlearn his lesson.
You need to stop this right now.
You're welcome to stop me. Is that what you'd like to do?
The Anarchs once again turn their heads and drift slowly away from me. No wonder these jackoffs never overthrow anything. I see Wyatt hand the welding torch to Paris and recoil as he ignites it. I grind my foot into the dirt and push myself backwards, but I'm in no position to stop him.
Look on the plus side, Max. At least now your show will get booked as a novelty act.
Paris uses his legs to vice grip my shoulder and grabs my right arm, pulling the end toward the fire.
Max, oi, Max, I just came up with a new DJ name for you. You should go by...
Get the fuck off my boy!
I turn and see Tori running towards us, guns blazing. Paris takes 2 hits to his shoulder and drops the welding torch. Then he takes 3 more to the midsection and releases me. Bianca and Ripper look poised to race over to Tori and knock her down, but they pause instantly when they see Alexander making a beeline for them with a pack of wolves at his side.
No way I'm fucking with that tonight. Bianca, let's ride!
The Anarchs jump on their motorcycles and turn tail. I look and see Paris and Wyatt hop into a reasonably priced sedan and speed away as well.
Bloody Tori!
Max, are you okay?
She looks over and sees my hand on the stump.
Okay, bad question. Let's get you out of here.
Don't you want to chase those guys down?
You're more important than those fucks. But I will have a lot of questions later, so be ready for that. Now then, let's get you over to the van and to the hospital. The Tremere still don't love me, but Dr. Pryachek, he owes me a boon.
I chased them all off. Damn it, Max. Why'd you have to run off like that?
Shut it, Alexander. We're done here. Let's get him to Pryachek.
Greetings, everyone. I bring good news. With my treatments, plenty of blood, and some recovery time, we will be able to reattach and grow your hand back to normal.
That's great to hear.
You're fortunate that he didn't burn the wound. If that had happened, the recovery time would be much more substantial, if it would worked out at all. Of course, you have a special room here at Harper until you are healed enough to go. Tori, I consider your boon paid off in full.
Agreed.
Thanks, you guys. I really owe you both. So, what is this, major boon each?
What? No. Max, you don't owe us anything. We're a coterie now. This is what we do for each other.
That's right. There's a reason the prince wants us to stick together. It might not be that, but here we are anyways. So next time, don't run off.
How the heck did you find me at the graveyard? I thought I lost you back there.
Oh, you did. But thankfully, my owl Grace was able to keep up with you in the sky much better than I could in my van.
And as soon as you took off, Alexander gave me a call and let me know what was going on. You know if you're in trouble that I'll come running.
I appreciate that. But seriously, you don't have to do that.
You're important, Max. Of course I do.
Okay, it's getting weird now. Hey, question. Who the heck were those guys?
Paris and Wyatt are both part of the Sabbat crew, Max.
What? No, that's not right. He said he was a Bruja.
Paris is a Bruja anti-tribute.
Anti-tribute?
That's what they call themselves when they defect from the Camarilla and join the Sabbat.
I'm sorry, did you say Paris was here in the city?
Not gonna lie, I forgot the doctor was still in here.
If that's true, then... damn it. This is why I need progeny.
Why didn't you just take progeny as your reward for reclaiming the city?
You don't think I tried? That was my request from the prince. But he told me, as a primogen and new leader of Clan Tremere in Detroit, I grant you the chantry and throw in the hospital as a thank you on behalf of Easton's memory. And that was that. Easton let us into this city and gave his life. And that's all this usurper can muster? It quite honestly feels like McMasters is more afraid of more Tremere in the city than he is the Sabbat.
I see. That does sound like a raw deal.
Hey, gang. I appreciate absolutely everything you've done for me tonight. But can I get some recovery time? I got a hand to grow back here.
All right, everybody out. Max, take all the time you need. When you feel ready to leave, just give me a call, and I'll be right here.
I nod my head, and everyone files out. I appreciate the gesture, but I already have a mom. Why the hell would I want another? Something's weird. Tori has always been friendly, but kinda standoffish around me. Like she didn't want me getting too close. But now that we're in a coterie, she's changed. Before I can think on this further, though, a curtain in the room pulls back, revealing a second bed. Some kindred I don't recognize is lying there with bandages wrapped all around his midsection.
Hey, you're the DJ. Club Sepulchre the other night. Your shit was off the chain, man. Name's Skid if you're asking. What are you in here for, anyways?
I wave my stump in the air.
Jesus, man, I did not need to see that. What the fuck?
Skid closes the curtain, and I can hear him muttering, "What an asshole I am," under his breath. This reminds me of the story about a donkey from when I was a kid. You know what? Never mind. That story kinda sucks.
Reclaim Detroit, a Vampire the Masquerade audio drama. Reclaim Detroit was created, written by, and edited by Ray Stakenas. Music by Sean Gould. Featuring Rama Vallury as DJ Max Stylus. Also featured in this episode, Jonathan Coop, Phillip Wilburn, Jen Cain, Matt Harbert, Crystal Storm, Phil Ranta, Matthew Harris, Jake Reicher, Jenna Geiser, Feodor Chin, Matthew Waterson, Tommy Bechtold, Mr. K, and Elle Newlands. Portions of the materials are the copyrights and trademarks of Paradox Interactive AB and are used with permission. All rights reserved. For more information, please visit worldofdarkness.com.
To learn more about the show, go to vampiredetroit.com or find us on Twitter @VampireDetroit.